about 563 meters. We'll be working up to just around 400 meters today. And we've landed in a particularly soft patch, but the slope is expected to intensify rather quickly as we proceed through a dive. And the height of the slope we'll be going up today is about...
The degrees is between like 30 and 40 degrees.
Yeah. It's about 107 meter wall up to the crest. I think I see a beardfish.
Good, co-pilot.
We were noticing in the nip cams when we have the white bottom.
That's perfect.
I think that causes everything else to just be too dark to see. But I know you can't adjust them on the fly. Do you have any ideas on that? I think on sand you just can't see your boxes or manipulators.
Yeah, what you can do is turn the light bars up, those lower swing arms.
Ahora los pilotos están preparando para el buceo, pero estamos en profundidad de 554 metros, or 64 metros.
And I'll wait to do the last lower, the port lower, till you're done. Okay. Besides that, I think we're ready.
That's good.
All right, wash-leads. We're all set up down here. I'm going to slowly make my way up slope. If you see anything like usual, just let me know, and we'll get looks at it.
Okay.
Co-pilot, you could draw in if you wanted, I think. Maybe it's a illusion.
Oh, I'll draw in. Just got to stow this thing first.
Okay. Looks like your tail cam went out again, huh?
Yeah, I'll reset that.
It's annoying.
All right. Well, jaws are above the box. They're not tucked in behind, but I can work on that later.
Yeah, it looks good.
So there's nothing in particular right now, pilot, that I can see, but if there's a particularly cooperative fish, maybe we can get a zoom on one of these small fishes darting around.
Yeah, copy that.
Potential sponge.
Anyone, for that matter.
Real quick video. This one looks like he's...
So pilot, was one of the swing arms still needing adjustment?
Yeah, the port one.
Okay, till I was done. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's floating down. Pretty good video. We might leave him in a second. Yeah, video. Let's leave him. Oh, good timing. All right.
Thanks, pilot.
No problem.
There's a fuzzy coral or sponge just diagonal upright.
Yeah,
Copy
there
that.
might be something gelatinous on the seafloor.
All right.
Noticing a few things on the seafloor, although this one does look coral-like, although it could be an anemone as well.
Just give me 1 second, video.
Lasers are clear.
All right, co-pilot, whenever you're happy, you can get lasers.
Yep. Lasers are off.
Video, you can start to come in.
This guy looks like he might have a meal.
Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, looks like there's something in there. I know they, anemones don't digest their food that quickly, but I mean, this looks like it was relatively recently captured. It looks like a fish.
Yeah, it looks like a fish head.
You can still see it gilling a little bit.
Sorry, video.
4035-ish.
National Geographic.
Yeah, but look at how the tentacles are coming in and
Oh, I have auto heading in.
and capturing that anemone. Wow, it's really voracious.
Carl, you good with a heading of 3.5 for the move?
I've never actually seen a deep sea anemone capture anything and eat it in real time before.
We're calling 30 meters if you guys are good with it.
Wow.
Wow.
That fish has some
great
fight
shot.
left in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a move if you're ready. Range 30 meters. Bearing
The more it fights, the more it gets pulled under.
Yeah.
Do a full specimen.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Watch it. Do you want any more views of that, or are you happy?
Yeah, I think we'll let the anemone enjoy its meal for a little bit.
Sounds good. Just getting one final shot.
I also want to point out to the scientists on shore what look like xenophyophores or some sort of mounds of agglutinated sediment that could
Video's clear.
indicate xenophyophores. I've seen a few of them so far.
And with that video swapping out.
On the right-hand side, is that?
Ah, that's one of those heart urchins, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Kind of looked like an octopus to me, but maybe that's just wishful thinking.
Yeah, it looks like one of those irregular sea urchins that we saw the other day that
Yep.
was possibly a coconut and
Yeah, a coconut and a sponge. That, yeah. And a regular urchin.
Do you want any zooms, watch shades, or?
Snap zoom, yeah.
Yeah, video. 1 sec. Video swapping out. Yeah, alright, video. Just a quick snap zoom.
Oh, yep. Just another view. Looks like the same kind, but that we saw the other day, but part of the body is not covered with sediment. You can get a better idea of the underlying organism.
Is that all you need, watch shades?
Thank you, yes.
Alright. Video whenever you're happy.
Do you recall the name on that one?
I believe it's Linoneustes.
That's right.
Okay, pilot. Hydraulics are secure. Put your menu back up front.
It looks like possibly
Great, thanks, compadre.
the dead one.
Do you think they could be the same?
Maybe
Do you want to
it's.
quick snap it?
Yeah, can we do a quick snap?
Yeah. Video, snap it real quick.
Oh, yeah. There's the skeleton of a dead one.
It looks. It doesn't look regular. It looks like it's a little bit oblong shaped or heart shaped. But they're rather big. So this one's what, about 10 centimeters across or so.
Is that all you need, watch lights?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Got it. Alright, video. Go ahead, come wide. Move. What are we moving at now?
3.5.
3.5. Copy. Just put in 30 meters.
Yep.
Copy.
Looks like we're maybe 10 in.
So we haven't even started a head up slope yet, and we're still seeing some interesting
Yeah,
things on
11.
the seafloor.
Got 20 meters remaining in the move.
Did we get a good shot of these small fish swimming around?
We tried to. They're
They're
pretty
too fast.
darty. Yeah.
Yeah, if I see another one sitting still, I'll try to snap him.
It looks like one we've seen before, but it would be good to document it for this site. Is the fish going into a burrow or perhaps being eaten from a burrow?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah, you want to snap from here in case he's...
That fish doesn't look like it's going down there in its own free will. Can't tell if
Yeah.
maybe some sort of polychaete worm has grabbed it. Some other infauna.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Huh.
It's a lot of predation,
Yeah.
if that's the case, in this area. I think it's signing for help.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no, he was eating something.
Was
I
it?
think, yeah. He just swam off
It looked to me
with
like
a mouthful.
Video come back.
It could have been that. It could have been the other way around.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I thought he was
captured by something, but yeah, it could be. Does look like the mouth is got something inside of it.
Huh.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. All right, video, you can come wide. He's done for the day.
Yes, we seem to have hit the layer for midwater fishes. I guess these are midwater fishes. They hide down deep during the day, and potentially they migrate up to shallower depths at night to feed. But we'll have to get confirmation what these fishes actually are.
There's something in the bottom right.
The slope is picking up rather quickly here, so it should get a little bit more dramatic terrain up ahead.
Ship is done moving.
Copy.
Looks like some sort of anemone.
Yeah.
Move complete. Thanks, Bridge.
Rather large body wall here.
Yeah. About
Video, come partial.
20 centimeters high.
The one in back looks like a Syrianthid anemone, or a tube anemone.
Go for the big one first. Go in.
It's one of those own
Nice
tentacles.
tentacles
Yeah.
in his mouth.
The anemone equivalent of licking your own fingers after a meal, I'm sure.
Do you just want to snap this, wash shades?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, video. If you want anything else from it, go ahead and take it. If not, we'll move to the smaller one.
Yeah, this small one. We don't need to dwell on it, but
Copy that.
it's good to capture it.
Happy video? All right, rotating the smaller. Go back in on it real quick.
There's a fish right
Ooh,
below.
Fish first.
Yeah.
Yep. Looks like it's keeping up there in the current.
Yeah, take what you want with the video. Try to keep it
This
center.
looks like it could be some sort of cusk. I'm not going to guess, though, although it has the fin.
Video come partial.
Oh.
Something happening there? Oh, wow.
Oh, these are ferocious
Some
fish.
sort of midwater fish, yeah. Totally got snagged there. Can we zoom on the left-hand anemone after
left hand,
we're done here?
All right, video, left hand side. Go ahead, come out, start to come in.
So I see, I think for Syrianthids, the tube anemones, we're looking for different rows of tentacles. I can't really see from this direction. Any chance we could pivot around to the left, pilots, or is
Yeah, I can pivot. Video, go ahead, come out.
the Syrianthid anemones have, I think, two rows of tentacles. Yep, one inside and one outside.
Come in partial video. Yeah, hold that.
It's a great day to be an anemone.
All right, video, come on that.
Yeah, there we go. So this is a Syrianthid anemone. A shrimp in the background as well. Serianthid, having an inner cluster of tentacles around the mouth and then an outer cluster of tentacles.
There's a small little shrimp right behind an enemy in the background.
Thanks, pilot.
All right. Video, you want anything else from this?
Possibly. It's a little too small for us to tell.
Copy that. All right,
I do see some pteropod shells in the background, though, now that we got a good zoom in the sediment. Pteropods being midwater mollusks that often they live in the midwater and their shells eventually end up sinking down to the seafloor.
Yeah, going right is not the best. Carl. So.
So those who are listening, we are now at a depth of 555 meters. Temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, salinity 35, and oxygen 2.6. metros, salinidad es 35 grados y temperatura es 10. No, la salinidad es 35 PSUs y temperatura es 10 de grados.
All right, do we get another 30 meters in?
Yeah, how's 40 sound? 040. I think that's right where Sirius is, basically.
Yeah, looks good.
Bridge is ROV now.
Good day, this is Debbie Blaney, the current web coordinator on the Okeanos Explorer. I'm sitting in for Steve Oskovich, who's currently at lunch.
Hello, Debbie.
Hi.
Good copy.
So far we've seen a couple of anemones and a bunch of these small little shiny fish swimming close to the bottom.
One of the anemones was really unusual looking. It was beautiful.
Oh, and some of these irregular sea urchins that looks to be on the bottom lower left.
Say bottom lower left.
Oh no, I was just pointing out. We don't have to snap zoom that.
Copy that.
Say, thanks. So this topography is somewhat similar to, and the habitat is somewhat similar to what we saw in the Buck Island Reef National Monument when we began our dive. Soft sediment. And you could see the track marks of animals, so even though that we're not seeing it right now, there is life. It looks like there's a beardfish to the bottom lower left.
Want to range your sonar in one bump, Sean?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
There's 30.
Yes.
Pilot, are you able to give us some updates on the currents and the directions of the currents?
Yeah, so right now current seems to be very low and slight. while moving the RV, I actually don't feel any. It's very calm down here right now.
Okay.
You can see the particles and see how they're relative to me. They're moving a little bit, but that's because I'm moving towards them. So they're pretty much floating in space right now. So there's not much current right now.
We're currently at a depth of 550 meters.
Yeah.
It looks like a beardfish right in front of us. Pilot, could you possibly snapshot?
You got it. Yeah. Copilot, you want to kill?
We've seen this fish in the Buck Island Reef National Monument site. This is a beardfish. Oh, and here's a brittle star right to the left of the fish.
Let him swim out of view.
Thanks, pilot. That's
No
good.
problem.
Thanks.
Come wide video, please.
There's something in the top left that looks a little bit orange. Not sure if that's algae. It's possibly a fish.
Yeah, start to come in video.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like maybe another one of the toadfish. We saw one toadfish species, I think dive 2, I believe. All the dives are kind of mixing in.
We saw one on dive 1 as well.
Dive 1 as well. Oh, maybe it was dive 1 then.
All right, video, you can take what you want.
He looks a little grumpy.
Yes. So they have modified pectoral fins, as you see, so they can use those to kind of scoot along the bottom.
Sediment.
This might be a different species because I believe it was Kevin that mentioned, depending on the spots formation along this fish, that you can identify the different species of toadfish. So this looks like it has somewhat of different coloration as the one that we saw on the first dive.
All right, Wash,
Am I seeing an internal organ there?
Not too sure if that's fin. I'm not familiar with the toadfish, so.
Pilot, I'm going to bring my heading around to follow you.
Yeah, copy that. Just off to your side right there. All right, Wash Shades, are you happy with that?
Yes, thank you.
Great. All right, video, come wide. Get out of the dust, and I'll recenter with the
So these are ambush predators. They kind of wait for their prey to swim by, and then they ambush them. They're not actively hunting for food.
On the center.
So this fish scoots along the seafloor and swims?
I don't think they probably can swim, but not for a long distance. So.
Might stop the sea pen real quick.
Pilot, we have a branching thing in the middle of the screen. Can we do a snap zoom, please?
Yep, copy that.
Nav, is the ship moving or stopped?
Just came to a stop.
Okay.
Looks like it could be a black coral of some sort.
Yeah. All right, video, go ahead, come in. Start at the base. You can take what you want, video.
So it looks to be possibly a black coral. If we could, there's shore sides. Chrysogorgia. Thank you. So this is a Chrysogorgia. This is not...
I'm just going to pan up.
This is actually, you can see a bunch of little shrimp living as associates. It's an octocoral. It's not a black coral.
All right, stop there.
So this is a different type of Chrysogorgia that we've seen. We saw a couple Chrysogorgias during this expedition, but this seems to be possibly a different species.
All right, watch. Is anything more specific on this you'd like?
I think that is good. I don't know if the shoreside scientists would like a closer shot.
Yeah, we will get one before we take off.
Okay, thank you.
All right, video. Whatever you want left, let's go ahead and go for it. Copy that. Just gonna take a final shot then. Once you're done with that, I'll get lasers. I think lasers are off. No, they're not. I'll get them off. All right, lasers off. Tilt them down. Yeah, you want to come in on it? Very small one.
There seems to be a squat lobster at the base.
Copy that. Yeah, copy. All right. Great. Let's come on out. We'll keep moving.
Can we just, before we pull out, put the lasers on just to get an idea of the size?
You got it.
Thank you.
Lasers. That's pretty good. All right, lasers on the base. All right, good video. Good, come out.
Move complete. Thanks, Rich.
Okay, thank you. So we're seeing a lot of these irregular sea urchins kind of scattered along the seafloor. It looks like to be another couple beardfish.
Okay, pilot, I'll come back around to 3-5.
Copy that, 3-5.
Last one was at 4-0.
I'll come back around to 4-0. There we go, I'm at 3-0. All right, locked in at 4-0.
Buenos días, todos están escuchando. Hoy estamos buceando en un sitio sur-oeste de Santa Cruz, en las Islas Vírgenes. Estamos subiendo un pendiente ahora.
Copy that. Then
Es fácil en el medio de De cámara es un gusano.
I think so.
30 meters.
Could we possibly snap soon? Yeah, I think this is the turbillid worm that we saw the other day.
Carl, you good with the move?
Yeah, great. He's out ahead.
Bridge, this is ROV now.
Yeah, it seems to be. This is a, I believe, a polychaete worm. It's a turbillid worm.
Yeah, I'm ready for a move if you are. Same as last. Range 30 meters, bearing 040 degrees, speed decimal 2.
We can't see its main body because it's underneath the sand. These are its tentacles that they're deposit feeders. So they wait for things to kind of fall in their tentacles to eat.
Is that all you want, Washington?
Yes, thank you.
You got it. All right, video.
Carl, can you put the aft cam in the engineering notebook? Thinking we might.
Yeah, we tried power cycling it.
Yeah, maybe we can like try changing, put that camera on a different cable, see if the problem follows the camera or see if the problem follows the cable.
Okay.
Maybe we can do that tonight. Or
There's
just,
something else that is
reconnect
branching in front of it. Might be another Chrysogorgia.
Video, you want to snap this?
Yes, please, just to make sure. Ah, yeah, it looks like another Chrysogorgia.
Copy that. Our video, we can probably leave it since we just got good footage of it. Copy that.
Ah, here's, looks like an octocoral ahead of us. This yellow branching. Or it could be a crinoid. Could we snap zoom in the middle of the screen right above the lasers?
Yeah, getting there, one sec.
I think it's a crinoid.
Stand by, one sec, video. All right, video, you can go ahead, come in.
Ah, yes. So this is a crinoid. It's related to the sea urchins and sea cucumbers. They're also deposit feeders. So they have these arms where they wait for any organism or detritus to kind of fall.
And is it attaching itself to the seafloor?
Yeah, so they have these series. They're kind of like finger-like structures. And they use that to attach to rocks or anything that's hard. But they can also move. So if they feel threatened, they could get up and actually walk along the seafloor or use their arms to kind of propel themselves.
So what would be its predator?
Possibly, there's some there's some sea urchins that and some sea stars that do predate on these guys. So I believe that there's some footage of the Siderids sea urchins, the pencil sea urchins, feeding on a couple of these, and they're known to feed on those because they're stalked. That's good, thank you, pilot. They're stalked crinoids and they're unstalked crinoids. This is an unstalked crinoid.
Looking at you, 70, pilot.
Be advised, ship is underway.
doing a little change here.
Steve Auskovich is back from lunch. How was lunch, Steve?
Lunch.
Got a fish going off left.
Lunch was pretty good.
Bottom left.
We always eat very well on the ship.
Yes, the food here is really good. So Stacy stepped out for lunch, and I'm sitting in for her now.
Check, check.
Gotcha.
All right.
Got you 7-7, just fish bottom left.
Copy that. All right, watch leads. This is Pilot.
Hello, Pilot.
Hi. Just getting settled into a shift change. We'll be back with you in just a few seconds.
Sure thing.
Is there anything on screen that you wanted to look at currently, or should we push ahead?
I saw a fish to the left-hand side. You should be able to see it.
Okay.
That you won't have to move too far for. I think.
Is the ship? So the ship is stopped now.
It's left and back.
Yeah. So actually, I see two fishes.
The one he's talking about.
One right in the. Yeah.
I have that the ship is moving. It was moving at 56, but it was only going 30.
Looks the ship
meters.
vector on height pack makes it look like it's stopped. Let's go
Yeah,
ahead and zoom in video.
We're looking at you.
Oh, it's a shrimp.
Oh.
Back right now, just so you know.
Okay.
Just under us right now, or outside of the frame when it's full
come out.
wide, is another fish that I don't know if it's been seen yet. It was sitting on the ground. It didn't look too agitated.
It's right below you now.
Okay, coming back a little bit.
Copy, Bridge. Thank you.
Okay, let's go for partial, Bob. Hold that.
Oh, I'm stumped on this fish. I haven't seen it in on this expedition yet.
It's like a baby green eye.
Green eye, you said?
Just guessing, a really young one.
Go in a little tighter if you got it.
We saw something in the Pacific that resembled this, and it was called a green eye, but I'm not going to be so bold as to say that's what it is without some confirmation, but it's good to image. It's definitely got a very prominent green eye. Usually when I guess at fishes, I'm wrong anyway, so that's been pretty statistically strong correlation.
I think we're pretty much settled here, just so you know, pilots, you got plenty of time.
All right.
You're back behind
All right, thanks, Pilot.
Okay, let's come out video. Push ahead a little bit.
For you.
So I did not see the Chrysogorgia, but hopefully we'll come across another.
Any interest in this here? I believe it's an urchin.
No, we got that already.
Okay, pushing ahead.
That was a irregular sea urchin, or a heart urchin.
Hey, I just want to verify with you that our current bailout plan is set to southwest. Great, we're going to go ahead and leave it there, but we did a shift changeover, so just want to make sure I'm on the same page. Great. Great, thank you very much.
You're a little quiet here, Bob. I'm going to turn you up a little bit, but let's go partial.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Or sea robin?
Yeah, some type of sea robin. I mean, that's what it looks like to me, but I think this fish has been seen before, but not on this expedition, so this is
a little tighter. Hold that.
Good documentation.
Settled right in there. And go a little tighter, Bob. Hold that.
So Steve, it appeared to be scuttling along the seafloor.
Yeah, it looks like it has some sort of modified pectoral fin rays there that allow it to move along the bottom, and or barbels of some type. And usually they
a little tighter if you got it.
They're benthic invertebrate feeders, they will probe the seafloor for motion or burrows that they can exploit.
Okay, let's go ahead and come out.
Thanks, pilot.
Come full wide, but you're free to zoom past the skid whenever it's in frame. Thanks, Bob.
So we're at a depth now of 534 meters. We started out the dive at around 563, so we're coming up slope rather quickly here.
Seems like things are pretty well settled out now.
Yep. Been stable for a few minutes.
Can we take a zoom, just a snap zoom really quick on the yellow?
Sure. Just hold on, Bob. How's our pace, nav? Do we need to keep moving, or do we have a little bit of time to look at stuff?
We have a lot of time.
Okay, let's zoom in.
You have to average less than 0.05
Hold that.
of a knot.
Yeah, so I think we've seen these previously, and I've seen them identified as terabellid polychaetes. There's a video actually online of I think one of these swimming. I think it was taken in this same area by the crew and explorers of the EV Nautilus.
See if that helps.
Yep.
A few years ago.
Yeah, you ready for those? Bob? You ready for the bright lights? Here it comes.
It's kind of difficult to see. They.
Try something.
Helped a little bit. That's a hard one to image, just not much contrast there. Okay. We can,
Thanks.
Come out video and get the lights back on. Turn off the high beams.
So yeah, there's a video online. If you Google terabellid polychaete, I think there's a video from seamounts just to the northeast of here, where it was actually it was poked by the ROV arm, and they pick up off the ground. And they kind of do this oscillating motion, and it definitely looks like a worm once you look at the underbelly.
So what you're saying, Nav, is maybe I should kind of meander back and forth up the slope instead of going straight up?
Yeah, you have plenty of time to do that.
Okay.
It's a 0.05 knot average.
Any interest here, watch lead?
No, we saw that one already. We'll move on.
Okay. Another fish on the top right.
A fish, yeah, maybe a goosefish.
And something floating in the water column. Do you want to do a snap zoom video? Hold that.
Oh, wow. What is that? Is that a giant ctenophore, maybe?
Thanks, Trev.
Yeah, I think I see the comb rows now just through that on the top as it's slowly rotating around. I think it's a ctenophore. It's really hard to see against the contrast of the sediment, but there we go. Let's see some. Very interesting. All right, thanks.
Okay,
we can
come out.
Go to the fish. A lot of sargassum in this area.
He's going to turn around for us.
We noticed as we were launching the vehicles this morning that there was a very large raft of sargassum in the area.
All right. He's going to turn right toward us. All right. Let's go ahead and zoom in a bit. Hold that.
So for characteristics here, we want to kind of look between the eyes.
Kill the lasers.
Between the eyes, there's a type of barbel, not a barbel rather, but a lure. And the color of the lure, as I understand it, is the way you can tell between one of the two species that are known to occur in this area.
What's the function of the frills on the body?
Got any more, Bob?
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I don't think we got a firm answer, but we were suspecting they could be either capable of sensing vibrations or motion, or they kind of appear like small corals. And there's a shrimp on top of the body of the fish also. They could appear like small corals or sponges or something that would attract potential predators and use that as habitat, only to find that it's actually a predator. Okay. I think
shrimp's crawling behind him now.
Yeah,
Is that enough?
I think that's enough.
Come out for full specimen, Bob, and then we'll move on. Hold that.
I think we saw one of these on dive 2. Can't confirm that it's the same species, but looks very familiar.
Okay. Come out.
The morphology, at least. Still seeing a lot of these xenophyophores, these clusters of agglutinated sediments that house these single-celled organisms. Well, there's another one of those possible terabellid polychaetes. I'm seeing them quite a bit. I know it wouldn't necessarily be an easy collection of sorts because they do have the ability to move and get away.
Any interest here?
No, that's just the urchin test from one of the Liponustes irregular urchins we've been seeing.
Up ahead.
Yep, I think that might be another green eye, or what we're calling a green eye. We do have plenty of time to the shoreside scientists to zoom on things, so we're making very good time. If something
zoom in, Bob.
Seems odd, we can zoom in on it and spend a little bit of time looking at something.
Hold that.
There it is with its mouth is poised open.
Okay, let's zoom in. Hold that.
I think we're satisfied back here.
Okay. Let's give it a couple more seconds, Bob, and we'll come out. Okay, let's go ahead and come out.
So for the viewers at home, our depth is about 530 meters right now. Temperatures around 10.5 degrees C. Oxygen concentration 2.6 milliliters per liter. We're moving up slope.
We're looking shift. We need to put in a short move pretty soon.
See another crinoid on what looks to be an old urchin test or a cobblestone.
I'll leave it up to you whenever you think you're ready.
Still like 40?
Yep, 0+0 looks good to me.
Okay. Last ones were a bunch of 30-meter moves. You guys still want to move that quick?
We could do shorter ones. Is waypoint 2 our final waypoint?
No, we have 4 waypoints total.
Oh, okay.
We also have 4 hours.
And it flattens up at the top. Is that right?
I'll give you a quick overview here. So for waypoint 2, 3, and 4, they're all in the same elevation plane.
Okay.
That's kind of a longer ridge there, the edge of it.
Yeah, I mean, you could do another...
How about 20?
You do 20, or whatever Jeff wants.
What do you want, Jeff?
20 or 30 is the same to me.
Okay, 30 it is.
You got some stuff here to check out when we get closer.
Bridge, RV nav.
Sure, they're just undulations.
Oh, the clock just went. Are you ready for a ship move? We'd like to go 30 meters at 40 degrees at 0.29.
So this particular dive site, we're diving at the head of a rather large, what's suspected to be a rather large slump or mass wasting event sometime in history. The walls are rather steep. These are the features we're going to be diving on today, and then there's a large, what looks like slumped material at the bottom of this long and wide amphitheater. So originally our dive proposal for the south of St. Croix was to look for deep water habitats for coral species and sponges, as well as deep water fishes that might be using those coral and sponge habitats. Right now, we haven't come across too many deep water corals, but we're still going up a rather steep slope. And actually, I think the slope may actually continue to steepen as we get past the 500-meter isobath.
Looks like that might be a pancake urchin from a soma. Pilot, could we snap zoom really quickly on the right by the lasers?
Sure.
Oh, no, it's not a Formosoa. It's another species.
Let's go partial video. Hold that.
Oh, interesting.
That's another species of sea urchin that I believe we haven't seen on this expedition so far.
Yeah, this one, it doesn't look like one of the irregular urchins we've been seeing.
Okay, go tighter. Hold that.
Looks almost egg-shaped.
Yeah.
The spines are much more fine, and they seem to be more uniform throughout the urchin. So we were trying to discern why we're seeing so many urchin tests. They look to be majority of the species are the Liphoneustes.
That's pretty nice, Joe.
The irregular sea urchin.
The irregular, yeah, the heart-shaped urchins.
Okay.
Excellent. Thanks, video. Or thanks, pilot. Whenever video is satisfied, we'll move on here. Okay. The substrate here seems to be made up of not exclusively fine sediment. There's quite a bit of pteropod shells, mollusk, and bivalve shells, gastropod shells. So it's not completely uniform.
Okay, come out for a full specimen. Hold that.
Starting to turn a little harder, so maybe something interesting.
Okay.
Está mirando un erizo.
All right, Bob, let's go ahead and come out full wide.
Well, in fact, that might actually be an irregular urchin as well.
That's a new one for me.
Yeah, wow, these
are
a
lot. This is like a
these tracks
graveyard.
Yeah, these tracks are they look rather fresh, you know, in quotes, fresh, and then at the end of the track there's just a dead urchin who seemed to take the wrong path.
Wow, there's a lot of these skeletons.
See if I can see it in your lights if I turn a little left. There you go.
Oh, we're coming up to something.
Here's some hard bottoms. Cool.
Oh, there's a fish.
Right. One's moving very fast.
See over it, so
oh, this is fantastic.
This will be interesting, yeah. And the ship is stopped right now, right?
It's just about stopped.
All right,
there's some
we got plenty of time here. Watch leads.
Yeah,
so let me know what you need.
let's take our time. This is really cool.
40 degrees to port just to get it.
Looks mystical, kind of.
It looks like a castle, right?
Yeah.
No, this is. I believe this is called karst-like topography, karst rock, where we have carbonate that's been dissolved and eroded out.
Overhung, just so you know.
And I see a fish in the lower left and some corals in the lower left. The fish is right in the lower left corner, pink, purplish blue.
There are a couple glass sponges.
See a roughy in the rock as well.
Goes on for a while.
Yeah, it does. Anything specifically you'd like to look at, watch leads?
Let's take a look at the fish that's on the top of the screen, I guess, since it's more cooperative than the other.
Do you need to move the ship back? Are you comfortable, Jeff?
We'll find out. We're moving this way, not towards the wall.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Looks like a little nook here. Okay, go ahead, Bob. Hold that. Of course, he's going to swim out of frame.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It might still be there.
Right side lower. And how is our bailout plan and surface conditions relative to this feature, Andy?
Away from it.
Okay. And if we lost ship propulsion, would we be
away from it?
Would be pushed away from it? Okay. Great. This guy down here, Bob. Let's do a partial. Hold that.
So this was the fish that was drifting off quite a ways, and or well, another individual, but it looks like there's some juvenile or smaller fish to the lower left. Looks like the same type of species, but much smaller individual.
North side though, then we'll change our plan around for right now.
Yep, I see a cup coral.
Okay, let's come out
as well.
How you looking, Jeff? You okay here, or do we need to?
No, we're okay for now. I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
We've inched a little